Hey everyone, Hudson here, and welcome back to another video. When I first started writing online, I had vast ideas of what I wanted to write about. Things like creativity being like an alien species, how coffee reaches into your soul and pulls out your innermost desires, or how discovering yourself is like tuning a compass to the magnetism of your heart. But when I would sit down to express them, they would always come out in a ranting, jumbled mess. This is because they were overly complex and never as insightful as they seemed in my head. It would take me weeks to write singular articles, and the kicker was, nobody wanted to read them. If you can relate to this, you understand the pitfalls of a complexity mindset all too well. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways I've learned to simplify my ideas to overcome complexity writer's block and appeal to a wider audience. More specifically, I'm going to show you how to condense your ideas to appeal to a wider audience, simplify and express what you'd actually like to say, and how to package your ideas in a way that people actually want to read. Let's get into it. Here's the thing about writing. It's one of the hardest things in the world for most people. It's up there with public speaking, and after grade school, most people don't even try. It's why tools like ChatGPT have become so popular. In a world of screens and flashing images, expressing yourself linearly through words is becoming a lost art. That said, writing is the basis of all communication, and learning to write clearly helps you think and speak more clearly as well. So with more distractions than ever comes a heightened necessity for brevity, not to use more words, but make the words you use count. As Mark Twain famously said, a successful book is not made up of what's in it, but what is left out of it. And the first step to expressing yourself clearly is to understand what you'd actually like to say. Brush off the dirt and provide readers with a gold nugget. One mantra that's really helped me over the years comes from a book called The 22 Laws of Digital Writing by Dickie Bush and Nicholas Cole. And that is to be clear, not clever. Let's say you have an idea. This is actually an idea I had a long time ago, but was never able to make it work. Anytime I would sit down to write, one thought would turn into another, and before I knew it, I was writing a novella. Then eventually, using the steps I'm about to outline in this video, I was able to hone in on what I actually wanted to say and said it, resulting in one of my most popular articles to date. And one way I like to do this is by using the idea of an elevator pitch. Imagine your article is a business idea, and one day, while riding an elevator, your dream investor walks in. They smile at you, nod, and they push their button for their floor. You have about 10 to 20 seconds before they reach their floor and are gone forever. This is your chance. Think about how you would go about pitching your idea. Would you say, hey, so first off, I'm a writer. Oh, and my name's Hudson. Basically, I've been writing online for a while, and I tried all these platforms, and time's up. They reach their floor. It's over. I'm sure they'd be polite and say, talk to my assistant, and then they would be gone. With you calling after them, I never got your number, okay. Compare that to something like, hey, so I have this idea for an article. It's a list of 14 paid writing platforms I've tried in the past and think that you might want to try as well. What do you think? Much better, much clearer. The reality of writing online is this is what the interaction between your article and a reader is really like. So when setting out to write any article, take your amazing idea and ask yourself, what's my elevator pitch? Condense it into 1 to 2 sentences, and in it, you'll find what you're actually trying to say and why people will want to read it. The next step is to write it, then simplify it. Having an elevator pitch helps keep you on track when you're writing your articles. I can't tell you how many times I've started to write an article with one idea only to have it multiply into 4, 5, 100 separate ideas. It's great to have a creative mind, but if you're not careful, it can often get in the way of making simple, tangible points. So what I like to do when beginning to write any article is to write my elevator pitch just under the headline, using it as a guiding North Star. Then I write my article. Once I've finished my first draft, I go back and shape it into sections. I call it finding the flow. Often I'll even add a mini elevator pitch under each of the subheadings as well, to make sure I'm sticking to the point I'm trying to convey within each section as well. If you're having a hard time finding your flow, here are 2 practices I find really helpful. Writing the story with my headings. Imagine somebody can only read the headings and subheadings of your story. Then try to tell the story as best you can. After you've done that, you can simply expand on each point you made. And the second is to give yourself as many first looks as possible. Often you can get too close to an article and lose sight of the big picture. By moving on to other tasks or taking short breaks, you can come back to your article with a fresh set of eyes. And lastly, if you're having a really hard time finding the flow of your article, you can use AI tools like ChatGPT or Notion AI to help outline the article for you. Okay, now to package it. One of the realities of the world is the best product doesn't always win, sell the most, or is seen by the most people. The majority of success in any walk of life comes down to one's ability to package their idea. And when it comes to writing articles, the packaging comes down to 3 main things: the headline, the subtitle, and the introduction. These are everything a reader sees before deciding whether they want to read your article or not. And you can package any idea to appeal to a wider audience by simply simplifying it, using the steps we've already outlined in this video. Make it clear and lean on your elevator pitch. So to use the example of my article I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I wanted to write about my journey, feeling fulfilled, making money. It's too much. It's confusing, and very few people will relate to all of these things. Plus, it has no clear indicator of value to the reader. So to condense it into an elevator pitch, here's what you do. Ask yourself, what is the one aspect that will appeal to the most people? And if you're not sure where to start, all people on earth can relate to these 4 things: health, wealth, love, and happiness. It's essentially Maslow's hierarchy of human needs condensed into 4 topics. Pick one that's most fitting. In this case, it's wealth, how to make money. Then make it as clear as possible by filtering it through how to make money to come up with your 1 to 2 sentence elevator pitch, i.e. your headline. Then for the subtitle and introduction, simply expand on your headline like you would any other heading. The subtitle is essentially a continuation of the headline, offering specifics or a summary, and the introduction expands on the headline, telling the reader what they can expect to read in your article. I have a whole video on writing headlines that I will link in the description below. I think it'll be really helpful for you and I'd love for you to watch it. It also has a few tools I use to help hone in on a great headline. Okay, that is the end of this video. I really hope it helps you simplify your complex ideas into articles readers actually want to read, allowing you to write faster, reach a wider audience, and most importantly, enjoy the process. As always, on your way out, feel free to pick up a free product from my online store. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.